Hello and welcome to another episode of the Best Automatic, our Halloween special. Now, we've done one of these specials before, well, quite a few now. Well, we've got two, but now this is the third. But instead of being whittering on, I want to talk about, our latest, what our, vehicle we got from our producers were kindly nice to buy.
Just get on with it. I'm your host, Captain, Gorgeous.
Yeah, and I'm Captain Pervert, as everyone knows. And there's me as well. I'm your host as well, Captain Know-It-All as well. As you can see with the images that we're seeing, the Ethno 1 Ghostbusters car on GTA, the own version that our not so tame racing driver is liking to play with this car a lot, and hasn't let us all have a go yet. Yeah, that's right. But the main thing is, we want to know how good this car is. Obviously, the game might be playing with it, but there's some certain challenges on the Best Automatic as we do, like the Best Automatic Test Track and the Plastic Bag Challenge. So, is this car up to any good?
Well, hopefully we can find out. Yeah, that's what we got that test track for. So, our not-so-tame racing driver is going to take this vehicle out for a spin on our test track. Now, if you're not too sure what the test track is about, it's just our track, and we've been putting a list of what cars go around the track really fast, and the one at the highest count of getting many things.
Oh, bleeding, get on with it. It's how fast you get round the track. It goes on the top of the leaderboard. Bleeding, you made a right bloody idiot out of that. Right, lads, alright, let's get back to seeing the footage of watching the Ethno 1 going round the track, because we're missing out all on the action. Instead of you two arguing. Well, why? Mr. Know-It-All. We'll be starting on me. Anyhow, we're missing all this vehicle handling these bends because it's onto the concrete section on the dam now. Because this track does test the elements of certain vehicles. I mean, this vehicle is more or less being built for tarmac, the road, not off-roading on dirt and all this lot. And on the racetrack, well, it's not really that grippy, is it really? You can tell that the gimp has got a lot of body roll in this vehicle, because the vehicle might have been used for very soft suspension and all that lot. Nice smooth ride, very perfect vehicle for being a ambulance at the time. I know it's been used as a hearse, but ambulance, it was a smooth suspension. Very good for Americans to create at the time. I mean, Cadillac had that that reputation of luxury. Well, didn't you come out with some knowledge then? Well, yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I mean, I can talk a bit more about Cadillac, because there's some interesting facts about the vehicle, not just seeing how fast it goes. Well,
yeah, well, I want to know about the score. I mean, I've got to admit, that vehicle, right, the Ghostbusters vehicle, is faster than a Hellfire. I mean, that's impressive. The GIMP did quite well for that.
Yeah, you gotta admit, for that big clumsy vehicle, for getting around that track, it didn't do too bad. Not bad for Viv. Yeah, nearly beat my classic, didn't it? My finishing point. Well, it didn't, did it? Beat my brothers, though. So, the main thing.
So, what vehicle from the museum will they GIMP drive? We all know which one it's going to pick. Not any of these, because they might replicate the original, and now we've got one. So the GIMP is going to be doing the Plastic Bag Challenge, and all it has to do is get to the location and rob a store, as you well know. Howdy, bloody news. I'm your news host, telling you the bloody news. So, typical bloody robbery again in GTA 5, Los Santos.
Yes, we have live images on the robbery itself.
Yes, we have got footage of surveillance camera work as we see this strange vehicle the perpetrator was driving, a long stretch ambulance of form of vehicle. The perpetrator actually entered out of the vehicle and actually strolled casually to the shop and hesitated for a little while, then entered the shop, and then this is where the robbery occurred. It aimed a firearm without saying anything to the shopkeeper, but as it's popular standards that anybody with firearms, that you are there to rob it. So a member of public was very gruesomely executed, but this is the news we need to form, that members of public, do not try to take the law on your own hands and be heroes, because this will end up happening to you. No, leave it to the professionals. But as we will carry on with the surveillance footage we gained from the shopkeeper at a heavy price, but we were happy to avail this news to you. Yes, more armed police officers arrived on the scene, only to be executed as well. We have that footage there. As you see, the perpetrator is still opening fire on other police officers as well, but the perpetrator could not escape. There was only one entrance in and out. So, as we all know, the police will surround the place. This is other footage from a very popular program we are not going to actually mention because somehow it condemns something. But these officers did enter the shop to get the perpetrator, but they never left. Even another member of public tried to intervene and take the law in your hands, and there we see these strange beams coming out of the shop. Yes, the perpetrator had some form of industrial weapon. Yes, some form of weird alien technology. Yes, more members of officers were killed. So, yes, horrifically, unfortunately.
Hello, right, we're back. Now, if you actually thought this was actually in real life, because this is what our producers don't want you kiddie winkies to actually do, is actually try to replicate this challenge in real life. Stick with the game, you're safer, a lot safer, because, you know, if you attempt to do this in real life, you know, you don't get points and stuff and all that lot, you just end up in a prison sentence or dead or something.
You are stating the bleeding obvious. So, as you can gather, our gimp sort of messed up this robbery.
Yeah, but the thing is, more stars it gets, more police cars will turn up. And this is, if you're not too sure about the challenge, is, yeah, on the corner of the screen will be a point system. As you just notice, a police car crash and it's just gone up a number. Yes, this challenge is that we get in a hot pursuit with police. How many police cars actually physically crash, that the GIMP gets a point for every individual police car what crashes.
Yeah, so that's how simple it is. But with this rule, as you may notice, yes, another score there because a police car crashed. That The police may be pursuing the GIMP, but the GIMP hasn't got no set of a plan to go. Now the pursuit will actually end when all the police or whatever shoot out the GIMP's tyres, because there's no bulletproof tyres on or anything. We are doing it with standard tyres. So when all 4 tyres have gone, see, that crash isn't really a crash.
Yeah. Sorry about that, it's just how the video is. But yeah, one certain rules. If we do get some clips where the actual car doesn't look like it's actually crashing, you know, that doesn't count as a crash. It's got to be more or less something where the police car ends up upside down, and that makes it a lot easier. Like that one. I mean, that did a good, a good somersault, as you may class it as. Or in the stunt trade, like a cannon roll.
Yeah, or a pipe roll, yeah.
Well, yes, so. Got interrupted, didn't we? Because we interrupted ourselves explaining all these rules. Because a lot of people don't actually understand about the rules, about what we did, with the plastic bag challenge.
Yeah, because a lot of people were wondering why we called it the plastic bag challenge.
Yeah, I'm not quite interested in that.
You weren't really around when we started doing this.
Well, yeah, but I'm an observer, and you've done a few, because obviously, if you rob a convenience store in the game, and if you really pay attention, that the clerk is opening a till with no money in, so he's filling the bag with no money. Is that why you call it the plastic bag challenge?
Yes, and we do associate America back in the days that they used to give you brown paper bags, didn't they? And obviously with oil prices now, that we will be referring back to paper bags, won't we?
Well, yes, but as the game's got plastic bag. So we're going to have watching this car chase, and now we're going really specifically deep about talking about plastic bags. Well, yeah, illustrate them on the game. Well, yeah. So the GIMP is actually doing quite well, actually, isn't it? It's all 4 tyres are still going. So as we said, when the police shoot some of these tyres out and then all 4 are gone, this actual challenge is over. So more longer the GIMP survives and causes a load of accidents and police crashes, it gets more points. So, is this vehicle a good test for its elements? Is it a good getaway vehicle? Well, if you wanted to sort of like go down alleyways and stuff like there's a Mini or something, it's agile. This is great big long, it's a very massive vehicle. Yeah, but as you can see, that the performance of it's doing very well. It's outluding the police, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, well, obviously I'm not sort of team racing driver, but he's doing quite well. He's a getaway driver. I mean, it is, the LA police on the game. It's really based on old times, isn't it? Your actual 70s car chases in the movies.
Yeah, that what is, I think Rockstar is, because obviously Rockstar's older and they would have been growing up in that generation. I mean, there were a lot of movies, and there were classic B movies, car chase movies, and they always made out the police were a bit bumbling and not really good at driving. They always seemed to chase you and crash, and that's how we really associate with the game, because if you're really getting a hot pursuit on the actual game, back in the time, even there, the new GTA, the police still have that same effect, don't they? They always seem to, always be crashing and that. Because if you really pay attention to the actual police force, they don't actually drive that erratic, because obviously they have to worry about members of public and all that lot. So you can imagine the highlight of everything, because we've got to cut this down, haven't we, really? I mean, there were quite a few crashes with the police.
What the hell's going on there?
I don't know, but it's just a floating car, innit? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, okay.
So yeah, you get a big compilation. Yeah, there were quite a few crashes, a few mishaps. They don't count the mishaps, but obviously there's still a car rolling over. Yeah, we class that as a point. So when you're going to be using these points? Well, obviously we will add them all up and see which vehicles are good at opposite, and then there will be a sort of form of challenge back. The producers haven't come out with what.
Well, yeah, because obviously can happen.
So, as you can see, that there's a load of police cars crashing and all that lot. So, it is a good chase.
Yeah, but we've had better chases in the past with other challenges, haven't we, with the plastic bag? I mean, this is a bit different with comparing with the, with the tyres, because it can vary how long that challenge can last.
Well, funny enough, actually, this challenge did last quite a while. I mean, it took a while for the police to actually shoot out the tyres. I mean, yes, we had that challenge where the vehicle goes round a certain location and it turns back to the convenience store, and that was it. But this is a bit slightly different. Yeah, I mean, the vehicle can go anywhere it wants. I mean, the game, anywhere it wants to drive, as long as it causes more havoc and destruction to them police cars, and the more they get destroyed, the more points add up for it.
Well, yeah.
So yeah, it's quite interesting actually. Yeah, all this carnage, but the thing is, we do like to advise to anybody out there, don't be doing this for real. I mean, you won't get much point systems set maybe extra years on your sentence or something, Or what? Yeah, try to be all political and all that lot. Will you consume your advice, Mr. Captain Know-It-All? But it's stating the obvious. I mean, obviously, you can do it on GTA as much as you want, as long as you got permission to go on the game. I mean, there's a lot of kiddie winkies what play this game, and they're underage going on it and all.
No. I mean, I'm quite surprised.
I'm surprised your mum lets you on the game.
Well, that's one thing about my mum. She's not really that high tech on games. She just thinks it's just some driving game. So, I mean, that's all. I mean, she doesn't know about, it's 18 rated and it's got robberies and being bad guys and all that lot.
So your mum thinks this is just a driving game.
Well, that's what it is, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it's Grand Theft Auto. It's based on vehicles, isn't it? I mean, you think about every mission you do, it always involves going to one destination to another, and it's just using some form of means of transport. And yeah, that's what GTA is all about. It's just vehicle related. And obviously, we're seeing the Ethno one, and it's doing sort of quite well, you know, for a getaway vehicle. I mean, yeah, it's quite fast, you know, as the game has proven on the your best automatic test track, but you know, it's quite surprising, you know, how resilient this vehicle is. I mean, you know, how big it is and all that lot. I would have thought it would have been quite much of a burden for our, you know, not so tame racing driver. Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, as you can see, I mean, it's more or less the Gimps chasing the police, you know, trying to get their attention. I mean, the police cars, they're actually racking up and actually, you know, are doing a bit of fender bending and actually rolling over some of them, and yeah, the points are racking up and all that lot. So, yeah, I mean, it's interesting. You know, I like the idea. I mean, obviously, you know, shooting the tyres out and all that lot. I mean, yeah, I mean, most of us really, you know, end of it all actually do put bulletproof tyres on and all that lot. But obviously our producers didn't want that because obviously, you know, this challenge is quite interesting. You know, it just proves to show how much, well, how much this vehicle is actually, you know, how good it is, you know, it's a major test for Grand Theft Auto. You know, he's getting in hot pursuits and all that lot. Well, yeah, so it's proven its odds and all that lot, isn't it? Well, yeah, it is. I mean, it's not too much of a bad vehicle and all that lot. I mean, until I get to drive it, I mean, obviously, you know, the bleeding Gimp hasn't had us let it have a go yet, has it? Well, yeah, that's the problem, isn't it? We're all sort of like eager about this new Halloween vehicle that came out in the 2023. I know, so it'd be great actually, you know, to try it out and find out what it actually it's like. But you know, we're viewing it and seeing it, how it's doing its job and all that lot, and it seems to just be going on forever and ever, this chase. Well, yeah, that's why it's one downfall about it, isn't it, really? Because, yeah, with the flat tyres and all that lot, and it's doing very, very well. They don't seem to be shooting very well at it. I mean, for a very big, large vehicle, I would have thought them white rimmed tyres would have been sort of a big target for them and all that lot. Well, yeah, I mean, bleeding out, there's like online players coming into it and all that lot. This is another thing about our game, and not so time racing driver, right? It goes on public lobbies with online players as well when it does this challenge.
Yeah, not like us when we were doing it. We were making sure we were on a private one, weren't we, and all that lot. Because we didn't want to get like, you know, people like, you know.
What?
Well, you know, they just do, don't they?
Yeah, I know, you mean trolling us. Yeah, well, you know, it's the name of the game. I think a lot of people do that. Oh, finally, one of them toys has been taken out. The police are running out and I admit them police are quite good sharpshooters, aren't they? You know, but they usually shoot you and they manage to kill you and all that lot.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, we have been whittering on about not much, but we'll keep mentioning about this challenge, but we actually want to explain about the actual vehicle, the Cadillac. I mean, it was created back in August the 22nd, 1902 by Henry Leland. Who's he? Well, I can show some images and that might be helpful. Oh, that would be well today. So that's Henry Leland, and yeah, he used to work for Henry Ford. I've got some facts and all. Oh, have you? Yeah, some really interesting ones. You know Ghostbusters, right? I mentioned it in the previous one, that it had Sigourney Weenie in it, right? And but she was in this movie called Alien, and she wanted to have this shot of her running around in dirty knickers. You what? Yeah, she wanted to play the part as that, you know, Ripley is like a lorry driver in space, but they'll all be wearing dirty underwear. But the producer said, "Can you wear some nice, clean ones, please?"
So, why are we seeing images of someone wearing the knickers?
Well, if you think about Rockstar in the Halloween, there's alien spaceships. So, and I've got to admit, Alien's quite a freaky, scary movie.
Is it? But we're doing Ghostbusters cars.
Well, yeah, I know, but them images are just worth to know, aren't they?
You're just a pervert, that's all. We're in the middle of a car chase, and all we're seeing is somebody wearing the knickers. You're just ruining it.
Well, the bleeding chase goes on for bleeding ever, don't it? I mean, the damn tyres almost seem to be indestructible, or the police didn't bother, because every time I get in a bit of pursuit, the police always shoot my tyres out. But with the game, they couldn't be bothered, could they? Yeah, but they just finally shot the tyres. We want to know how the vehicle handles, don't we now? Well, alright, you know, you've seen it, yeah. I mean, but, you know,
you're just rambling, that's all.
Well, yeah. Well, the chase went on for a lot longer than I expected, didn't I? So, well, I mean, it goes on for quite a while. I mean, this chase just lasted forever. I mean, alright, our not so tame racing driver did quite well in the Cadillac and did alright. Yeah, but the expense of it all is actually seeing how good the vehicle is. I mean, it's like driving, you know, so limited on tyres. So, is the vehicle any good, you know, in a hot pursuit? I mean, it's proven, you know, even without no tyres, well, it's got one tyre left, obviously. As we all know, when that tyre gets destroyed, that is the end of the chase. Yeah, but the thing is, though, it goes on still quite for a while, doesn't it, and all. Well, yeah, it does, but I think with the police ramming the vehicle, it's slowed down a lot, and it's getting the GIMP into awkward situations where the police have got more chance to open fire and actually destroy the tyres at the time. And I think, yeah, this is it. This is the final one there. You can hear the tyre being shot out, and when the tyre pops, that is where the GIMP will pull over and stop. And yeah, that's the end of the chase, everyone. Yeah. So it comes down to this. Would you actually invest in this vehicle on GTA 5? Yeah, well, it was an old classic game back in the time. Well, yes. But it was an interesting vehicle, and it was a long time waiting to have this vehicle coming onto the game. Well, hopefully, you know, in the other games, they never did they? Well, no, but, you know, it's one of them parts of history back again.
Yeah.
You haven't seen the movie. Yeah, that's right, Captain Gorgeous. You haven't seen the 80s Ghostbusters movie, so you don't know what we're on about. So, I think we should leave it at that.
So, on that haunted spirit, it's time to end the show.
Where was that?
Bye.